Well, my phone's got 7 o'clock.
So does mine. I just was about to say that. All right, I get to use my little gavel. This meeting is hereby called to order. August 1st, 2024 meeting of the St. Charles County Board of Zoning Adjustments is hereby called to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The next order of business is the annual nomination and election of officers. First, I'd ask everybody to silence their phones or any other kind of thing that'll make a bunch of noise. The board will fill the positions of chair, vice chair, and recording secretary at this time. First, I call for nominations for position of board chair. Does anybody have a nomination for board chair? You.
I second that.
I third it.
Oh, man. Unless I vote against it, we're all right. Okay, John's nomination was for me, Jerry Prinster, to remain as the board chair. Are there any other nominations for that position? There being no further nominations for board chair, I ask for a roll call vote, easy for me to say, for Jerry Prinster as board chair. John?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Okay, and I don't think I'm supposed to vote except,
You can abstain if you want, yeah.
okay, well, that way it'll be unanimous if there's no questions. Okay, I'll take that position. Thank you. Okay, vice chair. Next, I call for nominations for the position of board vice chair. Does anyone have any nominations for board vice chair? Don't leave me drowning, guys. I nominate Vicky.
Oh, great, thanks.
I'll second that.
That's what you get for being quiet. Jack, okay. Okay, any other nominations for vice chair? Hearing none, I'll ask for a roll call vote to name Vicky as our board vice chair. John?
Yes.
Vicky?
Abstain.
You abstained. You had to do that. Jack?
Yes.
And I'm yes as well. Okay, our board vice chair will be the Honorable Vicky. How do you spell your last name?
LaRose, L-A-R-O-S-E.
Capital L?
Capital R, too.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'll write that down here because I'll forget it, which I already have.
L.
I'll remember it. L-A-R-O-S-E. Pen won't write. All right, next nomination, we're going to need to have a recording secretary.
Isn't there?
Isn't that Kevin right now? he
Right
still
now,
on the
yeah,
board?
yeah.
I
And
think we
if,
should nominate him.
and since he's not here, we can certainly nominate him.
Kevin's no longer on the board.
Oh, he's no longer on the board?
Yeah, Jack actually replaced Kevin.
Oh,
That doesn't mean anything.
So that means
That
Jack
does
has,
not mean anything. This is my first meeting.
who else is no longer on the board?
That was the only person who was replaced or appointed. Yeah.
All right. Well, then, we're going to pick up on this where I need a recording secretary.
I nominate John.
That was quick. John, you were too slow. Okay, just a minute. I've shuffled my pages.
Who else is still on the board?
Bob Boschert.
Bob's just an alternate, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's just
Dave Bauer.
Bauer.
And is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
Are there any other nominations besides John for recording secretary? Hearing none. I ask for a roll call vote. John?
Abstain?
Vicky?
Yes.
Jerry, yes?
Jack, yes.
Jack, yes. Okay, so you are hereby appointed. Thank you.
Okay.
And you'll do a good job, I'm sure. Okay, I am now the board chairman, I guess, again. Duties of the board include hearing appeals to vary the zoning requirements to provide relief where the conditions of a property prevent development consistent with the intent of the purposes of the applicable zoning regulations. And at this time, I like to always point out that the Board of Adjustments is more closely regulated than we are, according to the county executive. And so if they turn you down, that doesn't necessarily mean that's not doable. What it means is that you don't fall within the tight guidelines that the Board of Adjustment is required to adhere to. So just a little caveat. To render decisions on appeals from an action of the Director of the Division of Planning and Zoning when it has been alleged that a permit has been incorrectly issued or denied. The board members here are citizen volunteers who are appointed by the county executive with county council approval. County staff members are also present to assist with these proceedings and advise the board, which they do frequently, I might add. At this time, we ask that you please mute all cell phones, I did that a little bit ago, and other electronic devices. During this meeting, each case will begin with a presentation by the applicant, which is typically limited to 5 minutes. County staff will then have an opportunity to provide relevant information for the board to consider. Any written communications from the public will be entered into the record. The board will then take public testimony relevant to whether or not granting of the requested variance would be appropriate. All persons planning to speak at tonight's meetings must first complete a speaker's card, and I saw you hand one to that gentleman, and hand it to the recording secretary. Blank cards are located on the podium. Each speaker approaching the podium should submit their card, state their name, be sworn in. Testimony is typically limited to 5 minutes per speaker. Once testimony is, I'm tongue-tied tonight, has concluded, I will close the public hearing and no further input from the audience will be taken. A board member will move to approve the application so that discussion and a vote may take place as required by county ordinance. At least 4 of the 5 board members must vote in affirmative. So tonight, that has to be unanimous, by the way. If the variance request is approved, the applicant may proceed from the proper permits have been issued. Any decision of the Board of Zoning Adjustments may be appealed to the county council within 14 working days after notification of the Board of Zoning Adjustments decision has been mailed. The Unified Development Ordinance and zoning maps of St. Charles County are hereby entered into the record. Please read at the start of the meeting hearing. Who's going to read? Who's our recording secretary now?
Well, it's me.
That's John. John, could you tell us what we're doing tonight?
Okay, I guess we're looking at this variance request, application VAR 24-04. It is at 378 Heather Way. What was it? Municipality, where was it at? Anyway,
It's on Towers Road, right over Towers Road.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it says it's located 1,400 feet north of the intersection of Tower Grove Park and Towers Road. It's in County District Number 7. The parcel number is T241100010.
Okay, is there someone here to speak on behalf of this request? Yes. Would you please step up? Please tell us your name and address.
Yes, I'm Jamie Henson,
Okay,
Vice President of the Sterling Company,
okay.
5055 New Baumgartner Road, St. Louis, Missouri, 63129.
And your position in this is what?
We are the surveyor and also the engineer for the development.
Okay. Proceed. You got 5 minutes, and I very seldom time people, so
Okay,
proceed.
well, first of all, let me apologize for getting everybody out tonight, seeing as that I'm the only thing on the agenda.
We get paid the same whether there's 1 or 5.
So, here tonight on behalf of the homeowners of 378 Healthy Way in Lakeview Farm subdivision, Lot 91B, the Sterling Company prepared a plot plan to build this house. The plot plan had an optional sunroom on the back of the house to be added. The sunroom was mistakenly added on the wrong side of the house on the plot plan. So on the plot plan, the sunroom fit within all the side yards, all the setbacks. The contractor realized the error, corrected it in the field on their own, built the house, and that's what caused a slight encroachment over the rear setback. The encroachment amount is, I believe, 0.78 feet, or about 9.5 inches. And it is a corner of the sunroom, so it's not the entire back of the house. The actual square footage of the encroachment is about 1.25 square feet. After discovery of the error, we did a final survey on the house that for closing with the property owners, and that's when we discovered the error. At that time, we reached out to the neighboring property that backs to this property and requested 2 different possible solutions to buy a sliver of ground from the adjoining property owner. That way, this house would fall within the required setback. We had 2 different options. One was a variable rear yard adjustment that was irregular. It put an additional angle in the rear property line, but satisfied the encroachment. The other one was just a 1-foot straight boundary adjustment, kept the rear yard line straight. We sent both of those, we prepared exhibits, sent those to the adjoining homeowner, and never heard anything back. Tried to follow up, still no response. So after, that failed attempt, we feel our only other option is to come to the board and request a variance on that rear yard setback, so that the homeowners can get their title insurance. So I'm open to any questions.
If the builder realized the problem and adjusted it on their plans, then they built it wrong anyway?
It was actually wrong on the plan that we prepared.
Oh.
The contractor corrected that in the field on their own. When you flip the sunroom to the other side, it caused that corner to cross over the rear yard setback.
Yeah, but if they had put it on the other side of the house, it would have worked fine.
If it was on the other side, it would have fit, yes, yes. And I will add that, and I know it means nothing, but I would like to say it. I've been with Sterling for 28 years. We do about 1,500 plus houses a year. I have never been in front of this board.
I didn't recognize you.
Thank you.
That's a good thing.
we strive to do good work.
You have a good reputation. I was in the real estate business for 54 years, so I recognize your company's name.
Thank you.
John, any questions?
None whatsoever.
Vicky?
So,
Jack, anything else? Any correspondence to the county?
The applicant pretty much covered most of it. I'll just touch on a few things. Staff reviews variance criteria. It's set out in the UDO. There's 4 criteria that we review against, and the first one is unique circumstances to the lot. The lot itself is platted, and it's a fairly normal residential subdivision lot. But the lot, I would say, for lack of a better term, is kind of irrelevant. It's not really relevant to the variance request here. The second one is an avoidable action. The property owner didn't build the house. You know, the house was built in air. They tried to correct it, but it was just 9 inches over the building setback line. So I don't think the property owner itself or the applicant could have avoided this action themselves. The third one is there should be no special benefit given to the property owner. Again, we're talking about such a inconsequential area of land that this doesn't grant someone special benefit compared to their neighbor or anyone else in the vicinity. And then practical difficulties, kind of as the applicant alluded, there's some title insurance issues right now. So I would consider that quite the practical difficulty. And then when they go to sell the property, that creates problems too. So with that being said, county staff does recommend approval of this variance request with the suggested conditions found in the staff report. I say suggested because as the board, you could modify, remove, add conditions as you see fit. But the three conditions we suggested were that this variance request be limited to the current resident as it exists. It applies only to the life of the existing sunroom. And the third one was it is restricted, the variance request is restricted to the northernmost rear property line. That's all I have.
Any other questions from the board? If not, I would entertain a motion.
Chairman Brister, we do have to call for public comment, even though, like, open up for public comment. Even though
Oh.
no one's here. Yeah.
Any of you other people? Okay. Thank you.
No, no
That's
worries.
why you're here.
It's part of the hearing, yeah. I know. There's no one here, but, yeah.
Thank you. Are there any other comments for or against this request? Hearing none? Okay. Now I will entertain a motion.
I would recommend we approve the county staff recommendations with their 3 issues they have stated.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
I second it.
Got a second from Vicky? I think that's all in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Proceed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And thanks, staff, of course, as always.
No problem. Pretty easy
Keep
ones.
my tail covered. When we come to these meetings, you earn your keep.
Yeah. You need to approve the minutes of the meeting.
Thank you. Now, the only thing I have to do, I have to sign those minutes from the last meeting.
I think you gotta do a
You
vote.
need to do a real quick vote to
Yeah.
approve the motion.
I make a motion, we approve the meetings from the minutes from the meeting of May 2nd.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So be. I'll sign it. I need a pen that writes. This, oh, there, I got it, thank you.
Move to adjourn if you want.
Do we need to do anything else about the approval of the vice and recording secretary, or is that's done, okay?
You have the paperwork on that. It's all
Yeah,
ready.
we're all good.
Yeah,
We're good.
Okay, and today is what, 8/1, huh? Wow.
I know.
Be Christmas before we know it.
Anything pending yet for next month?
Yes. Yeah, we have a driveway that's pending, so
Oh, those are always fun.
I assume we'll have a meeting next month, but we'll let you know if we hear different.
This goes to John, newly elected, whatever you're called.
It might just be another packet, to be honest with you.
I'm sorry?
It might just be another packet.
That's what it is, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
You can just leave it up
And
there.
these are our minutes.
Leave it here.
Yeah.
There's another packet here.
And this, I always take with me, so those are going with me. All right,
What do you wanna-
I
I think
entertain
you
a
said-
motion
Oh.
to adjourn.
All in
All in
favor?
favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Getting good with that.
I know.
That was a tough one.
Thanks for putting up with it.